Hey guys, I'm a little late on my video tonight. Sorry about that, but I do have something embarrassing to show you. So let's get into that. Where's a good place to show you? Probably the 15. So I did a losing trade yesterday. Cat's out of the bag. I do have losing trades. Let's just clean off this whole chart. Okay. And we'll grab our losing trade here. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Okay, so I did a buy right here. And this was an early buy. You can see my stop loss. Now, what I did here, so bad. Okay, so I had a trading plan, and it was basically take my trade early because I had a fib into here, but put my stop loss down here because I had another trade on here, another fib actually right here. So I put my stop loss below that. Now, what I did is first of all, I changed my trading plan in the middle of my trade, which is a big no-no. And actually, I have someone taking a mentorship next to me who was smart enough not to change his trading plan, and he took the same trade and didn't lose on this trade. He just didn't change his trading plan and got out with some profits up here. So I was setting a bad example. Anyway, I thought I would get very smart in here, and I would take on this, as you can see, this green candle here, I would take out my loss. And then I thought we were coming down to my next entry again, because there's actually a break breathe in here. I'm not going to go into a smaller time frame to show you, but I thought it would do a break breathe. So this small trend here, I thought it would come back down and give me another entry. It never gave me another entry. It just sat here where I got out, and then boom, right into where I would have zeroed on the trade. So embarrassing. This actually, you can see that I went right when I got in the trade, it went up. Well, it went up 11 pips, but including my spread, it went up 9 pips. And I hung on to it because I had this trading plan here, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so embarrassing, but that's what happened. Okay, let's get on for tonight. Now tonight, we've come into a massive, massive area. If you haven't already bought, shame on you. This is an awesome area to buy, and I'll show you why. This is a no-brainer. We're going to use prior market fibs off this leg in the 4-hour, and you just run your. I'll show you the history of this too, just so you know that these are no-brainers. Well, this one's a little bit of a. This one actually came down on Friday and stopped, just dead. It was like a dead fish bounce on it. So, if you were a gambler, maybe you would have left that over the weekend, but otherwise you would have been out, with 10 pips or something. You would have been fine. Let's just see what this did. Yeah, it did 10 pips. So even if it was a zero trade, you were okay on that. Next one down, you're using prior market. So what I'm doing is I'm using the 0 or the 100, whatever, it doesn't matter. Actually, I'll flip it so you guys can see it better. So I put the 0 up here, right, on the swing high, and I put 38.2 on swing lows. So let's put the 38.2 there, and you can. You should do this in the 5-minute because this is rough. But anyway, there's the first one. Not very good for money, but this one was great. Hello, ding, 80 pips. And this one, the next one down, is right here, and this one's sexy. This one is just mystical. So I wasn't here in the day, so I didn't buy that either. But you can see what's happening here. We look like we're trying to break back over this line. So we broke down this trend line. We've hit major resistance. This is major. So it may come up and breathe, and if it does, if it comes up and gives you some fibs down, that's your trade to take that up. Otherwise, let's get into the smaller time frame, because look, we got 38.2 retracement up at 29.90 now. So unless there's some wash and rinse of this area, that is our a good area that we want to come back to on a retracement here. The next area up, of course, is the 61.8 retracement, and this is the one I favor more if we are going to go into a retracement now, because where we would fill that original gap. We've done two gaps now, so and also you have a second swing low here, right? You can see prior market is resistance for the 38.2, and then prior market again is resistance. See, look at this prior market for 38.2. It's going to be tough to get through there. So anyway, if you're looking for profit objectives, of course, this is the area. And if you're looking to take this for the next leg down, if there's another leg down, that is the area to enter. All right, let's go look at how this level looks in the smaller time frames. Let's go in the 5, except I'm set up in the 1 minute for trading purposes. 5 minute. Zoom out a bit here. So again, what you're looking for in here is when it comes down into huge fibs, you want to see the fibs in the 5 minute at the same time. So let's take this swing, right? We get so we'll take the swing high to the swing low with 38.2 and see if that was a trade today. Not quite. How many pips off was that? 0 pips? What? That can't be. 1 pip. So we're one. You know, you could have taken that. Basically, that's all I'm trying to say. And if there was a break breathe, we would see it in here. Any break breathe trades. It looks like there wasn't anything really here. Pretty ugly. You can see that we have done our break breathes for the night. You can see that if you had done a trade off the H3 here tonight, you would have been 8 pips profit before retest. So personally, I would have been zeroed off this trade already, if there's even a fib there. Remember, I haven't looked at the markets yet. I'm just this is me looking at them with you. So let's see what we have for fibs tonight. Now, if you want to try and catch something in here, you may look as that could be some kind of a low later tonight, 28.36, because we had swing highs there, right? So it may come back and test. What time is it? It's 11:10. So anyway, I'm going to see what we got in the way. Our first fib was an H3, so that was a good area to test at, and it gave you enough room. This kind of stuff, when you run into a massive fib, you need to be quick on this, because you got to understand that the market it's a huge take profit area, if not a huge entry area. So that's definitely, you want to be dainty. So if you get this kind of pips down where it's 5 pips, it doesn't look like it stayed there very long, but we'll go into 1 minute and take a look. Yeah, so you had some time in there to get a zero in. As soon as you have, there's no sense taking a second touch. These kind of moves you don't really want to play with. You can get more entries on them if it is going to go down. You can put in some trend lines and wait for the level to exhaust. You can take it however you want. You can look for higher high with lower MACDs, divergences, whatever you want to do to try and catch the level again. But usually, if it's going to go up and do some kind of stop grabber, it'll look like a stop grabber. It'll come down, make lower lows, consolidate, and then you have a break breathe trade right here, if it's going to do that. So you don't have to be, you don't have to get married to this trade. It'll set up for you again if it is going to go down. So that's nothing to worry about. Now let's see what our next fib up is, because that was the first fib, playing with the H3 there. And definitely through that level. Good. Now let's go back to the 5 minute. And I'm not giving you enough room here. What's going on? Zoom out again? No. Just going to shrink this up. Okay, so I want to get on top of the next fib here. So that's up at 28.75. Now remember, where do we have our targets? Let's look at. Yeah, that's way up there. That's at 20. That's at 1.3 basically. that 38.2 retracement. So this is just a level that says, hey, test the 4. But again, on the 4, you want to be testing it quickly, daintily, whatever the word is for that. You don't want to fuck around in that area. That's basically all I'm trying to say. The next fib comes up. Oh, this is nice. We have kind of a bonus double fib area there. If we take this from this low, we'd have the same fib area. So that's good. Next fib is pretty far up there. I'm not sure if we'll get there before the night's over, so, or before the day's over. So anyway, it's up at 29.25. It's a fib you can play with. There's no there's no brain fart. There's no, you know, when the things go together. What do you call it?
Confluence.
Confluence. There's no confluence in this area yet, so we'll be looking for some kind of a wave that'll give us a fib up into this area. But I'm not really looking for a major top in here. What I'd be looking for is just the correction. So let's look at the H1. We've already gone positive. Let's look at the H4. We're just starting to creep positive. So if you're looking for some trade up in this area to trade down, don't set your profit level below this trend line, because that would not be wise. This is probably going to, if it comes up here, this will be keeping it up. Even if it trickles along this trend line, this is showing some kind of respect to the trend line. You can see that there was a bounce on the triple. Sorry, is that where the triple was? Sorry. There's a bounce on the triple. It was only 10 pips, or 15 pips, sorry. And then it broke below, breathed, and made lower lows. So this level has been, or this trend line has definitely been respected and showing that it is a trend line that works. So if it does come back down to this area, you want to be taking profits here, if not taking an up position, to try and catch some of these bigger swings from, say, here to here, which is 140 pips, and 260 pips, if not the turning point in the market, because we are at that critical point. I'm just going to draw these in here. We're not going to get confluence with them, but they will be levels of difficulty. So I might as well throw them in. And let's see if these line up with anything tonight. 2880. Ding, that's our next fib, this 2880. So that's definitely a reason to trade that. There's no reason to ignore this level tonight, because we're going to hit the H4, and you want it to zip out of this pretty quick though. But anyway, you want to hit the H4, or it's going to be H4 and fib and that trend line right here. So that's good to know. Now it might just give you a bounce off it, breathe here, which is a buy, come up, hit that one, you know. So I'll just draw this in here, so I'm not yapping my face off. Give you some idea how it could go tonight. We get that, 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 that. This is pretty normal for coming out of a bottom. That. Actually, this could be more like, and then you may get a wash and rinse at this point. Right? So that's how we could respect these levels, and should watch out for them. So anyway, if you're going to be trading in this range here, which we look like we're jumping into, just know that your profit level is around 28.35. So let's just draw that in here. Oh man, and that's the highs that I was just talking about. So you definitely have a reason to take your profits in here, and if not, buy tonight. If it's going to get over and touch this, right, and breathe nicely. Got to watch your market action too. Look at the volume on that too. Beauty. So with volume like that, I want to be a little zoomed in here and just see what we're getting. yeah, see how we've changed pivots, right? We've just gotten above a pivot, so there's going to be quite a bit of volume in here if people are changing their mind. And if it starts wish-washing back and forth in here, watch out. Just leave the level alone and let it hit bigger targets, or the, what was it again, 35? Yeah, or back down here again. Remember, if you see a price like this, action like this, like straight down, right, and it just breaks right through and comes down to here, don't try this area. You want to see some sort of action like that. And you'd really like to see it do wave counts down there so you get a fib back down to this level. Don't just buy it willy-nilly or anything weird. Okay, so yeah, so my trade last night, I lost 8 pips on, and I should have been up on 2. So that was just me screwing around on my own trade plan, trying to outsmart myself. I'll try not to do that again. Bye.